Chapter 5, A Little Good Goes a Long Way. Deku got a text message from Bakugo to meet him at the park after school. And he has to say, this isn't exactly what he had in mind. What is all of that? Deku gestures to the assortment of things in Katsuki's arms. To figure out your damn quirk I had to think about what makes you tick. So I thought back to the very few times I've made you pissed. Like that time I broke your limited edition All Might action figure, or that time I broke my leg from skateboarding and you chastised the hell out of me. Kachan, none of that is going to work. I'm not a little kid anymore. Izuku lets out a heavy sigh. Izuku would like to say he's upset about the blonde bringing back his embarrassing memories, but he's not. Honestly, he's surprised. It makes him happy to see that Bakugo still remembers all of those things from when they were little kids. From when they were best friends. Well, how the hell am I supposed to know what makes you mad? The explosive blonde exclaims. He throws the assortment of random things onto the pavement and marches up to the greenette. Well, Kachan, I'm pretty sure that I won't get royally pissed off from you breaking an innocent action figure. The greenette lets out a giggle. Whatever, the blonde scoffs. Izuku hasn't been beaten up by the blonde for the last 2 weeks. He's glad that means they're probably heading in the right direction to restore their broken relationship, but it still leaves an empty pit in his stomach. He really misses those beatings. It's not like he wants to deliberately make the blonde mad at him. But God, how he is tempted to do so. Those explosive fists pounding into his throbbing flesh are like a drug to Izuku. Hey Kachan? So why haven't you beaten me up lately? The blonde freezes for a moment at the blunt question. Why the hell are you asking me that? Bakugo shouts his startled statement. I was just wondering. The scruffy greenette looks at the blonde awaiting his answer. For goddamn starters, it could make you pissed enough to set off your damn quirk. Why the hell would I deliberately do something as stupid as that? The blonde justifies. That's it, Deku exclaims. This might be the worst best idea Izuku's ever had. Why don't you beat me up to set off my quirk? This is perfect. I get to have those wonderful fists pound into me and I have a good excuse to support it. The scruffy greenette is practically vibrating with excitement. What? Fuck no. What if you get so pissed you can't even shut down your damn quirk? Bakugo gives him an exasperated expression. That's the point. To control it I have to try to stop it in even the worst situations, Deku argues. Hell no, is the blonde's reply. The greenette tries plan B. I'm sorry, I didn't know you were too chicken. Izuku tries to push the blonde's buttons. I know what you're trying to do, damn nerd. It's not gonna work, Katsuki huffs out. I don't have a clue as to what you mean. It just seems to me that you're scared of me. Deku tries again. What did you just say, fucking nerd? Bakugo is now fuming. I said you were just scared of me. Or did all of those explosions finally get to your hearing? And it looks like that did it. Izuku can practically see the anger radiating off of him. Come here. I'ma fucking show you who's scared. The blonde rushes forward to Deku. His famous right hook sends shivers down Deku's spine. Bakugo lets off an explosion and Izuku takes a direct hit to his stomach. The greenette can't explain in words how amazing this feels. The way his skin bubbles up and blisters, the scorch marks that get left on him. And that pain. That amazing pain of his body going numb from adrenaline just to eventually be shut down, and the soreness washes over his body all at once in a wave of euphoria. Oh, how he's missed this. You done running your mouth off, or do you got anything else to say? The blonde has finally stopped and it makes Midoriya yearn for more. See Kachan? I didn't go berserker eyes, so that means you can beat me up without worry. The greenette gives one of his warming smiles. Saying Katsuki Bakugo is confused would be the understatement of the year. If the blonde didn't know any better, it's as if the nerd wanted him to beat his ass up. Bakugo just can't wrap his head around it for the life of him. Whatever. It does look like you can somewhat control your quirk though. Izuku smiles once more. That's the closest he'll probably get to a compliment. He gets up and heads over to the blonde. He can't explain how happy all of this has made him. Izuku was walking to class just minding his own business when he heard the sounds of quiet sobbing and menacing laughs to follow it. He looks down the hallway and that's when he sees something that makes his blood boil. It's those girls again, and they're beating up that one quiet girl. Izuku yells at himself internally to mind his own business. First of all, the girl that's getting beaten up is pursuing his love interest, Kachin. Second, Izuku isn't the type to go out of his way for someone. He sticks straight ahead and minds his own business. Another reason that just shows how much he can't be a hero. Look at her. Ima takes the girl by her hair and drags the girl's face up to look at her. The blue-haired girl has tears streaming down her face. How pathetic. You're too weak to even fight back. I could almost feel sorry for you. Pathetic. Weak. Those are words Izuku knows all too well. You know, with that ugly-ass haircut and those shitty clothes, you're practically begging to get bullied. She tosses the blue-haired girl with cat ears to the ground. Now go take your slutty tramp ass out of here and crawl back under a rock or something. But let me teach you one last lesson before we go, you fugly bitch. Damn it, Izuku. I thought we agreed I would stay out of this. But Izuku keeps a steady walk straight to the group of girls with a red glint in his eye. I can't stand by and watch this. Not when I've been in her place before. What the hell do you think you guys are doing? Izuku looks the girl straight in her eyes with a daring expression. It's none of your concern. Now go skip along like a good little boy and go on your merry way, you quirkless wannabe. When Midoriya doesn't move, the girl moves her gaze from the victim to Izuku. She lets out a deep sigh. Whatever, I'm practically done here anyway, so it's not worth the trouble. Ima moves her gaze back to the girl on the tiled floor. But next time you think you can make moves on boyfriend, tramp, you better think twice or it'll be your ass on the line. Don't fucking cross me, you bitch. Ima and her friends walk away from the scene and it's just Deku and the cat-eared girl left in the hallway. He really should ask her name. Hey, are you alright? Izuku reaches out his hand to the girl. She takes it and he helps her up. Yeah, just a couple of bruises and scratches. I've had worse. The girl has bruising on her knees, legs, and arms. With 2 scratches, one on her knee and another on her shoulder. God knows what other injuries she has that he can't visibly see. Let's get you to the infirmary. I'll walk you there. What's your name, by the way? He and the blue-haired girl start their walk to the school's nurse with Izuku supporting her. It turns out she also has a sprained ankle. For some reason he's not surprised. My name is Anya Minori. What's yours? The girl looks up to the scruffy brunette. My name's Izuku Midoriya. They finally get to the nurse's office and surprise. The nurse is nowhere to be seen. Just Midoriya's luck. Izuku tries and fails to keep in a deep sigh as he heads over to the medicine cabinet. He takes out a couple of band-aids and an ice pack from the mini freezer. He knows his way around here pretty well due to the amount of times he's been here. He's lost count of the amount of kids at this school that think it's the most entertaining thing in the world to harass him. He makes way to Minori and squats down to put a band-aid on her knee where the cut is. He gets some of her blood on his hand while doing so. The universe really does hate him. Dart, he thinks, but stops and pauses to look down at his hand. Something really weird is currently happening. Like, really weird. The blood that he got on his hand almost looks like it's absorbing into it. What the hell? The blood is soon gone and Izuku ignores it as his eyes playing tricks on him. Maybe he just imagined the blood getting on him. But then he sees something that makes him think otherwise. The girl's injuries are all gone. They all healed and vanished without a trace. That's weird. My ankle doesn't hurt anymore. The girl gets up and starts walking around as proof. Yeah, that is weird. Izuku stares at his hand perplexed. Where did my injuries go? I had at least several bruises and now they are all gone, and same with my scrapes. What did you do to me? Minori looks down at the scruffy brunette with bewilderment painted all over her face. I don't know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. The girl's confused face melts into a heartwarming smile. It's okay. No damage done. Actually, quite the opposite. The brunette slowly gets up and looks at the girl. Honestly, I can't thank you enough. But we better head to class. We're already both pretty late. The girl was right, and so Izuku and the Minori make their way to class. But Izuku can't seem to keep his focus on anything in class right now. Not when he has no idea what the heck just happened. The next day when Izuku was heading to homeroom, he was stopped by this guy with fluffy gold blonde hair and a happy-go-lucky attitude. He had wolf ears as a mutation from his quirk. His tail was swaying with hyper speed back and forth, and if Izuku was still half asleep, he would have probably mistaken him for a golden retriever. "Hey, do you have a minute?" the golden blonde asks with an inviting smile. "My sister told me what you did for her yesterday, and I just wanted to thank you." The golden retriever blonde does something Izuku was definitely not expecting. The golden retriever boy is on the ground with his head banged on the floor under him in a bow. "Why, you don't have to do that," Izuku splutters out. "No, but I want to. You really helped my sister and I want to repay you. So anytime, anywhere, if you need something, just say the word." The boy gets up with a little of Izuku's help. The greenette honestly can't remember the last time anyone has given him his gratitude. And he definitely has never received it like this. It was really no problem. Midoriya nervously looks at the golden retriever boy awaiting his next move. "Oh, I almost forgot." The boy reaches into his backpack and pulls out a small blue baggie with a red ribbon tying it closed. "Here, my sister made this to show you her thanks. They're peanut butter cookies." "Wait, you're not allergic to peanut butter, are you?" Izuku lets out a small chuckle as he reaches out for the bag. "No, I'm not. Tell her I said thanks." The golden retriever boy nods and the two make their way to homeroom. Well, that certainly was one way to start the morning. Izuku sits down at his desk and undoes the ribbon on the small blue baggie. What he sees makes him want to roll his eyes until he can visibly see his brain. More than half of the cookies were crushed. Of course they were. The guy that gave them to him had them stuffed in a book bag, for crying out loud. Izuku savages what he can from it and comes out with 3 fully intact peanut butter cookies. He didn't have breakfast, so he stuffs one in his mouth and decides to save the other 2 for lunch later. He chows down on the cookie and his cheeks are stuffed. One might even mistake him for a hamster.